So I'm making another midweek meal that I make a lot. It's one of these ones that I bung into the oven again. I think everyone really loved the peri chicken because it was just like hardly any cooking, putting it into the oven, really lazy cooking. So again, this is really lazy cooking. I'm making my masala salmon fish, dry fish today. So I'm going to marinate the salmon fillets that I've got here. It's frozen. So frozen salmon fillets, or any other fish you have is fine. I just like salmon because it's a nice oily fish. But you don't have to use a salmon. Whatever fish you have in the freezer is fine. If you're vegetarian, then I'd say the alternative would be like a cauliflower steak. Chop them into nice chunky steaks and use the same marinade that I'm doing here. It would work equally as well. I'm going to serve it with some hassleback sweet potatoes and also some green vegetables on the side. And it is very simple. It's probably about a 15-minute meal. So what I'm going to show you how to do first is how to hassleback the potato. You can do this with normal potato, but I think with the masala fish and the spices and you know, the chilies and all the spices that go with the salmon, pairs really well with the sweet potatoes. You get that nice contrast. So with the sweet potato, and I've got loads of these lying around, and they do last for absolutely ever. So if you're going to get potatoes, I really think sweet potatoes, I do leave them in the fridge. I've had these probably about 2-3 weeks of them. They're still fine. And what I do to hassleback them, which will speed up your cooking process, but will also make them really creamy and nice inside. Leave the skin on, give them a good scrub. I've got a wooden spoon. Put the wooden spoon on the floor. Put this on the floor, on the chopping board. You can see I've been at the wine on a Wednesday. So then have it like that, and your knife, you want to start making little cuts, but what's happening each time is the spoon is preventing me going all the way through. So I'm making like a hedgehog shape in the potato, and that is going to give you a really creamy potato. If you don't have sweet potato, honestly, use normal potatoes, it's fine. It works good with butternut squash too. It's like just doing a roast potato, not even a roast potato, sorry. It's like doing a baked potato, a jacket potato. And sometimes I do just do that as well. I just bung the whole thing, put some incisions into it and just bung it in the oven for like an hour, forget about it. But that's what you'll get, like a fan shape, like little incisions. There, oops, I just broke it. But yeah, little incisions like that, and then you put that into the oven. I've got some that are cooking already, so I'll show you what they look like. Just like that. Set. Alright. Here's my oven glove. See me trying to be tidy. There we go. So they'll look like that. So they've all opened out, and you've got little like discs of potato now. Just put a little bit of olive oil on the top as well. So let me wrap this one in as well. Here we go. And that will cook. There's a bit of olive oil there. That's fine. And that will take about sort of 40 minutes in an oven like that. But just keep an eye on it, because it depends on the size of your potato. But I'd say half an hour, 45 minutes if you hassle back them, then they'll be fine. So let's go on to marinating the fish, which is again very simple. You're going to see the usual culprits making an appearance. As I talked about on masala dabba, here we go with the coriander, cumin, garam masala, turmeric. So the same old, see, I've just whacked this out again, so I know that I can just sprinkle it on there. My jar of ginger garlic paste has got so much use this week. So as you've seen, you've made it, and so it makes all these kinds of recipes so much easier. So we'll go in with 1.5 garlic ginger paste. Let's make that 2. 2 ginger garlic paste into the salmon, and then I'm just going to go in roughly, so I'll say a tablespoon of coriander and cumin. It's a very heaped tablespoon. Then I'm going to go in with some turmeric, and that's probably about half a tablespoon. And at the moment you're probably thinking, wow, that's a lot of spices. Watch what happens when I massage it all in. About half a teaspoon. I'm really bad at measurements. I know I keep saying it's about this, about that. The thing is, I'm not professionally trained. I'm a home chef, so I've always just sprinkled everything on. So that garam masala is just you know, about 1 teaspoon. So I'll try and get better at my measurements, but this kind of cooking is really to your flavour. I'm showing you what goes in there. Whatever you like to your flavour, you can put in there. So that's what we've got in there at the moment. It's the coriander, cumin, turmeric, and the garam masala ginger garlic paste. And then with that, just put some salt in. I'm going to use my smoked sea salt flakes again that I showed you when I used the peri chicken. The reason being I want it to have a tandoori kind of smoked flavour. So this gives it the smoked flavour. So that I'm not going to put any other salt, just my smoked sea salt flakes. And then some fennel seeds. Fennel works so well with fish. There's a sweetness about fennel that works amazingly with fish. So I'm putting some fennel seeds and then chopped up 2 small green chilies. There you go in. And then to massage it all in, you need some olive oil to provide that moisture. So just drizzle over olive oil. There you go. So that you might think there's quite a few ingredients there, but if you've had them already there, that's, you know, a ready-made masala paste. And then, yeah, I do go in with my fingers because it does need some love. That's the only way you're going to get that in there. The metal will just not do it any good. But if you keep frozen fish in your freezer is a godsend. I use it for curries, I use it for things like this, oven roasted masala fillets. I use it for, you know, making fresh fish fingers for the kids. I use it for so much stuff. Frozen prawns, frozen fish, things like salmon, tilapia, prawns, scallops. I do keep a lot of stuff. If I get it from the fishmonger like this salmon, I'd get a big salmon and cut it up. Any supermarket salmon is fine as well. You can get lots of fish fillets that are done for you and marinated, not marinated, but just cut into fillets, and you can leave them in your freezer. There we go, that's done. We'll garnish it later with a lemon and the coriander. So that goes in. Let me quickly wash my hands. And after this, I feel like I've got nothing to do because I'm going to put this in here. And your potatoes are in there. And then to serve it, I'm going to put some green veg. This is all I've got left in my fridge. I really do need to go shopping in the next day or two. I've got some asparagus spears, some tender stem broccoli, and some frozen peas. I'm going to just blanch that, which I could steam it, but I'm just trying to be really quick. I've just got some boiling water here. And that will go in for about 2 minutes. It doesn't need much cooking. These are really tender vegetables. They don't need much cooking at all. So I'm going to whack that all in there for 2 minutes. And, sorry, I forgot to mention, so the salmon will cook that many 4 fillets about 15 minutes. I don't think it needs any longer than 15 minutes. So put the alarm on for 15 minutes and then come back to it. I'm just going to put this on for 2 minutes and then we'll dress that later as well. So let me just see how the salmon looks now. Okay, the salmon's ready now. It's had 15 minutes. Oh, be quiet. There we go. So after 15 minutes, it will look something like that. When it comes out the oven, that's when you want to put your lemon and your coriander on. I don't tend to put lemon on beforehand. You can. In chicken I do, but in salmon I like it right at the end. It kind of retains its freshness a bit more. So good squeeze of lemon all across that salmon. And then a final sprinkling of some coriander. And you don't have to have the coriander. Lemon would be really good though, if you do have lemon. But if you don't have any of the spices too, you can substitute for all the spices. Equally well, just a normal medium curry powder will be great. Even if you don't even have any spices, if you just do the ginger, the garlic and the salt and pepper, you'll be fine. And with some olive oil. Honestly, that would be fine as well. It'll still give you a really flavoursome sort of Indian style salmon. So don't feel like you have to use every single spice in there. So here we are, let's plate it all up. These are the hassleback potatoes that we made into like little hedgehogs. There we go. And with that, I like putting some butter in there. So a little bit of butter, and that will all melt in the top. There we go, in between. And then on top of that, I really like to put some black pepper on top of that potato. And I don't put salt when the sweet potato is baking actually, because I find that it releases moisture. So I just prefer when it's a little bit soft. I like to put it just at the end because it retains its crispiness. You get a crispy skin. But equally, you don't have to do that. Just put a big potato in the oven like you would a jacket potato, and when it comes out, you know, slice it and put some butter in it. It's absolutely fine. That's what I normally do as well. Today I was just showing you a different technique that you can do with all the potatoes. So here's my salmon. Let me get a piece of salmon. And I'll put that there. And then with the veg, what I always like to do with some green veg is just dress it again with some lemon, some salt, and some olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, not just plain olive oil. You need to have flavour in that olive oil. A bit of pepper. And you've got nice seasoned veg there as well. And just divide that with the plates. So you've got some asparagus, some broccoli, and that's it. You've got a roasted salmon fillet with some sweet potato roasted as well with the greens, and yeah, you can serve it with any vegetables if you like, you know, anything you've got in your fridge. Roasted peppers works really well. A big tray of roasted vegetable, like roasted courgettes, peppers, aubergines, anything like that. Anything roasted works really well with it. This is just using what I've had. So this is a very good midweek meal of masala salmon with sweet potato and some greens.